Senator Dianne Feinstein is being remembered tonight as a champion of liberal causes who broke gender barriers in a career of public service spanning more than 50 years.
Elected to the Senate in 1992, Feinstein died last night at her home in Washington, D.C. She was 90 years old. Feinstein became the longest-serving female senator and the longest-serving senator from California. But in recent months, she did face calls for her resignation over concerns about her health.
We have team coverage tonight on Feinstein's rise to political powerhouse and tireless leader as Governor Newsom faces a critical decision months before a scheduled primary. We begin with Joe Khalil in Washington.
I will. Thank you.
A lifetime defined by a series of historic firsts. Dianne Feinstein was a driving force in American politics for more than 5 decades.
Senator, I know something about what firearms can do.
But before she was a political powerhouse, she was Diane Goldman, one of 3 children. And in 1969, she launched a long-shot bid for San Francisco's Board of Supervisors and won big.
Can you say how many votes you expect to get?
Oh, I would expect to have a majority, if not all.
Fast forward to November 27th, 1978, a dark day that would reshape Feinstein's life forever. Disgruntled fellow board member Dan White marched into City Hall, shot and killed both San Francisco Mayor George Moscone and board member Harvey Milk. Feinstein heard the shots, discovered Milk's body, and tried to save him.
Both Mayor Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk have been shot and killed.
Feinstein, now the highest-ranking surviving official in San Francisco, took over as mayor, again the first woman in that role. Eventually, she earned praise for improvements to city services and furthering gay rights.
I think the gay community is a viable political force in San Francisco.
After 10 years as mayor, Feinstein won a race for U.S. Senate, a seat she would occupy for the next 3 decades plus.
The windows were broken out,
shattering more glass ceilings, becoming the first woman to chair the Intelligence Committee.
The Judiciary Committee voted on the...
Then leading the powerful Judiciary Committee, where she spearheaded major legislation like the 1995 assault weapons ban, sparking fierce debate and memorable exchanges like this one.
The gentlelady from California needs to become a little more familiar with firearms and their deadly characteristics. And I say that because it is
A personal privilege for a moment, please.
Yes, certainly.
I am quite familiar with firearms. I became mayor as a product of assassination.
I'm aware of
I
that.
found my assassinated colleague and put a finger through a bullet hole.
Later, she'd led Democrats opposed to President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Brett Kavanaugh. But her storied career didn't have the storybook ending one might hope for. Failing health during her final Senate years prompted calls from her own party to resign and sparked debates about how old is too old to serve. At 89, a bout with shingles kept her in California and away from Washington, only returning to the Senate after a 2-month recovery. But the full picture of Dianne Feinstein's life and career is one of a trailblazer, a fighter, a political force unto herself.
And as the tributes now pour in for Senator Feinstein, there is a growing focus on the question of how to fill the seat of such a legendary figure in American politics. And the challenge of finding a caretaker for her Senate seat until the next election probably will not be an easy task.